What's going on, everybody, and welcome to it, our final regular season edition of Anytime Touchdown Prop Bet Recommendations. Week 18 is finally here, the last week of the regular season. It's a shame, but hey, it's exciting nonetheless. We've got playoff lives on the line, seeding implications, and player incentives. Yeah, we know the books know all about it, but it's still fun to talk about it regardless. And I've got 4 Anytime Touchdown prop bets that I want to discuss with you as we head into the final week of the regular season. Let's begin in the AFC, where we have a division showdown between the Jets and the Dolphins. The Dolphins fighting for their playoff lives. They need a lot to happen, but look, their foot's still going to be on the pedal. The Jets don't really have anything to play for. They're a dismantled locker room right now, and their defense has continuously regressed as the season has gone on. So I'm looking at Devon Achane here, plus 130 at DraftKings to score a touchdown. The Jets are 30th in rushing touchdowns allowed per game at 1.3. They're actually tied for first, allowing the fewest passing touchdowns per game at just 1.1. But it goes to show you that the secondary still has its moments. The run defense has been abysmal. They're 23rd in defensive rush EPA per play allowed, 29th in defensive rush success rate allowed. And in terms of Devon Achane, well, 5 touchdowns throughout his last 6 games, 2 rushing, 3 receiving. They played 4 games ago, and Achane completely crushed it in the passing game, caught 6 of 7 passes for 45 receiving yards. However, the touchdown he was able to get did come on the ground. So he scored against the Jets, although he was really ineffective on the ground game, aside from that lone rushing touchdown, just 14 carries and only 24 rushing yards. Again, the Jets don't have anything to play for. They just want to be focused on vacation. The Dolphins will still be scratching and clawing to try to get into the postseason. Achane's trying to pad his stats as the season goes on. And it's a great matchup to do just that against the lowly New York Jets. So plus 130, Devon Achane, count me in for an anytime touchdown score. Let's move along. We've got an NFC West showdown with the Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Now, I mentioned incentives. This doesn't really have anything to do, but just interesting to note. Anything to do in terms of why I'm betting JSN. As you can see on the screen, he's plus 150 at Caesars to score. But JSN only needs 4 more receptions to get 100 on the year. And he had his best career game the last time they faced the Los Angeles Rams. So you better believe that Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to be targeted in this matchup. That last game, he caught 7 passes on 13 targets, a buck 80 throughout the air, and 2 receiving touchdowns. The Rams are allowing 1.6 passing touchdowns per game. They rank 26 in dropback EPA. And since week 8, in the red zone, Jackson Smith-Njigba is leading the target share, 6 receptions, 8 targets, 65 receiving yards within the opponent's 20, and 4 touchdowns. Lockett only has 3 targets in that span, and DK Metcalf has been very ineffective in the red zone. He has just 2 targets since week 8. JSN should thrive in this game. Yes, the Rams are still playing for seeding, but there's a ton of incentives on the side of the Seahawks, and it's a division game. End your season on a high note. Let's get a high note here with plus 150 on JSN to score a touchdown for our second recommendation for an anytime touchdown score. Now, our third player, bit unique here. Didn't think I'd be saying his name this season, but Kenneth Gainwell to score a touchdown, plus 160 at Bet Rivers. Why do we like Gainwell? Pretty simple. Saquon Barkley, despite being 100 yards short of tying Eric Dickerson for the NFL's season-leading rushing yards, he doesn't want to play. He's saying, screw that, get ready for the postseason. All right, so be it. But that's going to give us an opportunity here for some value on a running back on Philadelphia to score a touchdown, that being the aforementioned Kenneth Gainwell. He's plus 160 at Rivers, as I mentioned. He's going to take over the lead back duties with Saquon taking a seat. The Giants are a bad defense, allowing 1 rushing touchdown per game, 4.7 yards per carry, 22nd in rush EPA, 23rd in rush success rate allowed. Gainwell only has 1 rushing touchdown on the year, but I believe Hurts and Saquon have combined for 27 between the two of them. So it's kind of hard to get some scores when you have those 2 freight trains ahead of you. And despite that, Gainwell does have some red zone reps. I mean, he's gotten 20 carries for 90 yards, 4.5 yards per carry in the red zone this season, 1 rushing touchdown. He's caught all 3 passes that were targeted toward him in the red zone for 35 yards. This is a great time for Gainwell to get some love here, right? You know, Saquon's out. Meaningless game for the Giants. Eagles are still going to get some momentum offensively. Let Kenny Gaines do his thing and get a score here. And we're getting a decent plus price at plus 160. And finally, our long shot for NFL Week 18. All right, before you yell at me, and I say that a lot, and rightfully so, you can yell at me with some of these selections, but Audric Estime to score a touchdown, the rookie for the Broncos. Yes, you're yelling because it's a complete mixed bag of crap, depending on who the hell's going to get carries between the Broncos running back trio. You got Williams, you got McLaughlin, and you got Estime. Now, hear me out. The last 3 weeks, Estime is actually leading this trio in red zone carries. He has 3 for 15 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, McLaughlin has 2, but he's really been ineffective. And Javonte Williams has no attempts in the red zone throughout that 3-game span. Kansas City has been a great defense, allowing less than 1 rushing touchdown per game. They've been great against the pass as well. But as we know, the Broncos are in a dire spot here to make the postseason, while on the other side, Kansas City has nothing to play for. They are not playing their starters. So either I'm looking at this from a great value spot of 3-1 at Hard Rock Bet for Estime to score, the guy who's getting more attention now in the red zone against a team that's resting their starters. Or I can look at it that, hey, because they're resting their starters, maybe Javonte Williams gets a rest, maybe it's McLaughlin. But if the Broncos are going to live up to them being a double-digit favorite and the game's kind of a blowout, well, then you're going to put your rookie running back in there to get a little bit more experience throughout the season before you head into the playoffs. And that further can set up a great opportunity to potentially cash in a 3-1 price. So either way, I'm feeling pretty good about Estime. Count me in for him with our final play at 3-1 for a player to score a touchdown in Week 18. That's who I got for my players I'm repping to score a tutty in NFL Week 18. As always, leave in the comments below who you think is going to score a touchdown. Feel free to follow on Twitter at DannyBurke5. And also, really quick, forgot to tell you before I head out of here, make sure you check out this great deal. As I'm always telling you guys, sign up with our partners to get expert picks for free. That's right, for free. All you got to do is choose one of the promos below. You must use one of these links provided. We'll leave it in the description. Don't you worry. And you sign up using our offer, deposit, place a bet, take a screenshot of your welcome email and first settled bet, and then you email support@oddshopper.com with those said screenshots. You get a month of your favorite Tails expert for free. Tell us which one you want, whether it's me, somebody else, whoever it is. Take advantage of this offer. The more promos you do, the more experts you get for free. So awesome things happening right now. And as always, and finally, if you use code BURK50, you get your first week or month 50% off for my plays. Make sure you check that out at oddshopper.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. The final week of the regular season. Looking forward to the playoffs and all the action we've got going on this weekend. Best of luck to all of you out there. Thank you for tuning in and take care, folks.